Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal weekend. Firstly, I'm really proud to report that right now, Taryn, which is Dr. Bill's wife, is doing so much better comparatively speaking. Obviously, she was in induced coma and on a ventilator for 9 days, and she is currently off the ventilator. And now we just need to see her lungs heal and look to get better and stronger every day. So, not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination, but way better off. So for all of you that went ahead and were thinking of her and Dr. Bill and keeping the thoughts and prayers, really appreciated right now. It's going the right direction. So I'm really excited to report that to you. Now, on the market side here, I want to go ahead and kind of follow through with the things I warned you guys about in advance here for weeks. So if for some reason this is your first day watching our videos, please go back and watch the last couple of years, what I said in advance, and then see what happened. Watch what happened the last few weeks and see what happened. Here, if you recall, there were several things that really bugged me. As you know, the SPY, we were having what's called the negative divergence, right? We're making a higher high in price and not a higher high in my core indicators. We also went ahead and never had the Dow. While the S&P was making that higher high, the Dow was not. Two big problems, right? We also talked about COVID related issues, geopolitical issues, all the different things that we've been talking about. Well, they're all kind of now, coming full circle. I talked to you about inflation, and all these different things, and here they are all coming home to roost. Now, here's where we're at. We got a 2-bar close down below on the Dow here on the long-term channel, but we do not have a 2-bar close on the SPY. And so right now, certainly not really focusing on the long side trades. In fact, if you recall, haven't really been focusing on the long side. Even back over here, if you remember, I was not focusing so much on the long side. I showed you if we were going ahead and taking a long side trade, the only way I'd want to do it is off of some of the key tools. And I showed you Wealth Scanner, I showed you Wealth Finder, some of these powerful tools inside of Wealth Charts, and how to look at those. In fact, let's just go ahead and kind of follow up on that now. So look at some of the things that have happened here, like with Team. So here now, notice that Team has gone ahead and basically net after all this, while the market's been pulling back sharply, it stayed, pretty much neutral. Okay, Cadence, one that we've talked about many times. It went ahead and actually has been up, but it's sitting there struggling at target 2 on my TRP indicators. And so, with that being said, it's important to go ahead and note that this is the kind of thing. It's not through target 2. If it had been through target 2, pulled back and started to take off, then we could look at a runaway. That might be a candidate. But right now, when it's stuck at target 2 and you got the S&P pulling back, not a good time to go ahead and get into it yet, from my perspective. But you see how it's up here on our different tools like Wealth Scanner, the Wealth Finder, and different powerful tools of ours. Well, then guess what? It's holding up there strong while the market's pulling back. Same thing with Costco. You've heard me talk about Costco so many times. Look what's been happening. Even back here when I wasn't willing to focus on the regular longs, I said the super strong ones. And look at it. It's been on Wealthfinder 5+ days here. It's if you look over here, it's been 2+ weeks. On the monthly, it's been on there 5+ months, right? And so and of course I always talk about reverting back to the monthlies when it comes to the swing trades. And so, with that being said, sure enough, look where it's at now. At this point, I'd be careful with this because now it's got a negative divergence here as well. But it was one of the strong ones, and so while the rest of the market's going to heck in a handbasket, the reality is that the strong ones that I pointed out to you here previously, ASML, same thing, right? ASML struggling at target 2. It gapped up today and then pulled back down into it. So still struggling at target 2, but notice it's doing better than the market by far. So that's why I said that if we were going to look for a long, you'd want to do it from my perspective with some of the hottest ideas in Wealth Scanner, Wealth Finder, things like that, because then if the market is pulling back, this gives you time to react, respond, and have a much stronger, market that you're in, and gives you breathing room while the rest of the market's figuring out what the heck it's going to go and do. It puts you in such a position of power and authority compared to where a lot of people are at. So the key thing was, as we've been talking about, that outside of those few key markets, if you're even going to look for a long, then really the focus is in on the intraday. And well, sure enough, look what happened here. The market was pushing down. And what do we want to do? We want to go short when we break down below blue dots, and when we get the yellow dots and the red dots in the downtrend, we're looking for those shorts. And look what happened here. Dual momentums. We broke through target 2, pulled back to target 2, ran away. We had what's called throttling. We had stochastic spikes, all the usual suspects that we're looking for those great trades on an intraday basis, and then you get to go home and sleep like a baby at night. So these are all the strategies, the exact strategies that I laid out for you here in advance. And now here we are, we're seeing inflation, geopolitical, coronavirus issues. All the things I mentioned to you over the last couple of weeks have now, come home to roost here, and we're seeing how if you were going to take a long, the ones that showed up on things like WealthScan and WealthFinder held up the best in the midst of a market that's going ahead and pulling back significantly here, and then the best opportunities are really on the intraday basis there, so you can go home and sleep like a baby throughout the weekend. So all these strategies have continued to go ahead and play through, follow through. What I'm watching the most right now is, does the S&P come down and have that 2-bar close? That'd be the first time all year having the Dow have a 2-bar close and the S&P having a 2-bar close down below the channel. That'll give us a whole bunch of new things to be talking about. But in the meantime, that's the key thing that we're watching now. Does the S&P hold near this 443 area that we're going to be watching very closely? Okay, so in the meantime, I would encourage you, go back and watch the last couple weeks worth of videos. This is why I'm here. This is why you're here, to give you the best information I can and to help you the best I can each and every day in your trading and investing endeavors and passions. And I just really want you guys to learn from this, because now you can see what I said in advance, how it's all kind of coming through. And the point with that is for you to learn those things so you can see them and identify them for yourselves going forward in case I go get hit by a bus, right? Or you have powerful tools like wealth charts to help you identify some of those things. So with that being said, you guys have a great rest of the weekend. I'll look forward to seeing you in the live trading room, or I'll look forward to seeing you in upcoming videos. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.